Every 73 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. Every 73 seconds. Tomorrow, State Senator Maria Alvarado Gil, together with survivors, will emphasize the need for an assault facilitated by drugs or alcohol to be considered a violent felony in the state of California. WEAVE, which now stands for When Everyone Acts, Violence Ends, battles sexual violence every single day. And its CEO, Beth Hassett, is with me now live. Beth, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First, I want to be clear that WEAVE has not worked on this particular bill effort, but many would find it surprising that spiking someone's drink for the purpose of raping them isn't already considered a violent felony in and of itself. Has that been something that's concerned you for some time?
Absolutely. We've been seeing a rise in the number of assaults where alcohol in particular is being used to facilitate the sexual assault. And the act of raping or sexually assaulting somebody, especially if they're unconscious, is violent in and of itself. So we are watching this bill closely and absolutely feel that it would be in the best interest of survivors if we could really bring justice to them when alcohol is used by the perpetrator.
You mentioned that your organization is seeing an increase in people coming to you for help after a situation like this or reporting these situations to you. Is this, can you break that down for us at all? Is this, we were seeing it once a week and now it's 10 times, or how would you characterize it?
Regularly the victims have alcohol in their systems, and they report that very often the person who gave them the alcohol is the perpetrator, who's been buying them a drink that maybe has more alcohol in it than they expected, has been plying them with drinks while they're maybe slowing down, or is putting alcohol in their drinks when they're not expecting it. And I think people often picture roofies or some kind of date rape drug when they're thinking of a drug facilitated rape. But 75% of the time, that drug is alcohol, and it's readily available and legal. So it's an easy thing for somebody who's preying on a victim to use.
And that's an important distinction to make, because there was a time in our society where you did hear roofies, which is a spin off of the name of the drug, Rohypnol. You heard people talking about, watch your drink, don't leave your drink because of somebody putting something like roofies in it. And what you're saying is what people may really need to watch out for is how that drink is even being made, when somebody else is asking for it, because it's just an increased amount of alcohol that they may be getting.
Well, and we train folks in the nightlife industry to watch for people who are buying excessive amounts of drinks for somebody and preying on them. We also work on the college campuses, and those college students are very at risk for alcohol facilitated rape. A lot of them are gone away from home for the first time. They might be drinking for the first time, not have experience with their tolerance for alcohol. And unfortunately, victims for whom alcohol was used as part of the sexual assault are judged very harshly by law enforcement, by juries, by others, by the perpetrator, and by Title IX officers. So it creates this terrible dynamic where somebody who could not consent to sex is sexually assaulted and then feels judged for it.
I was just going to ask you about that. Often victims do blame themselves for a sexual assault, and being intentionally intoxicated with drugs or alcohol really complicates what someone may remember about how they even interacted with their attacker at all, just adding to the confusion and what someone may be able to pass along to the police, right?
Well, one of the big challenges is, getting that DNA from a victim's body quickly is very important for possible prosecution. And when somebody's intoxicated, they can't answer questions, we can't do the exam, and some of that DNA just goes away. So it adds to the likelihood that somebody won't get prosecuted for that assault.
In terms of telling somebody what to do after they may think or realize, and it could be a longer window that it takes for them to realize in a situation like this, about reporting, they may feel like, I don't really remember everything, so I can't call. What does WEAVE instruct people to do?
Reporting is always everybody's personal choice, but you have a window of time where you can report, where there could still possibly be DNA, which shockingly can be there up to 5 days later. So we urge people to, if you think there's any chance you want to report, just do it, because you can't take that back after it's too late. And we work a lot with law enforcement to make sure they understand that, somebody who was compromised isn't going to be able to remember all of the details. We need that physical evidence. We need witnesses' testimony. But, it's all part of putting the package together of what exactly happened to that victim.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your insight this morning. I just want to repeat for everybody, you may have a window of up to 5 days where evidence could still be collected. So if you're making that decision to report, even though the incident may be confusing, you may think you don't remember, you do have more than just that night or that morning or that one day. Beth, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.